With prices rising on many things that our families need, it's helpful to see where you can reduce your expenses. But being frugal doesn't mean that you have to eat beans and rice every day, or become a coupon fanatic and make absolutely everything from scratch. It's all about balance and simplicity. I'm Marisa from Call to Mothering, and in this video, I'm sharing some of the easiest ways that I've found to save money on what your family needs in today's economy. Number 1, meal plan. One of the biggest expenses that families have is eating out. Whether that is takeout or dine-in meals, eating out takes a big chunk out of your monthly budget. Trust me, I know how easy it is to settle on splurging for a night out when you just have no idea what to cook for dinner. And that is why meal planning each week is so important. You are more likely to succeed at eating at home instead of spending money eating out when you have a plan to follow and the ingredients in your pantry to make it happen. So, though I'm tempted to just load up the car and let someone else do the cooking, knowing that a homemade meal costs a fraction of what a restaurant meal does is enough motivation for my frugal wallet. Now, we do make some exceptions and we eat out once a week for date night and a couple of times per month as a family. But on the whole, we try to eat at home. Number 2, buy groceries online. In addition to saving time, which we could all use more of, ordering your groceries online helps you spend less. All the items are calculated as you go in a virtual cart, making it easy to see what you're spending. And if you go over budget, you can just delete items from the list, which, let's face it, you probably wouldn't actually put back in the real grocery store. Plus, in the real store, you'd likely have a lot of distractions from your kids who either ask for extras or start getting restless so that you feel rushed to finish shopping and can't take the time to do price comparisons. Number 3, teach kids portion control. Just like we should budget our money, we should also budget our food consumption. One way to make your groceries last longer is to not let the kids have free range of the snack foods. I suggest buying some of those 1 cup size containers, and then when your child wants some Pringles, for instance, let him only have or take what will fit inside of that container. This will prevent them from binge snacking and wiping out the pantry in one sitting, which is pretty easy to do, especially while sitting in front of the TV. Number 4, buy generic brands when possible. Trust me when I say that generic brands are usually just as good as name brand products. Most of the time, you can read the labels on name brand products and compare them to generic brands to see that they are essentially made with the same ingredients. You will always pay more money for the name brand product. So switching to store brands is really a no-brainer when you're trying to reduce your monthly spending. And here's a tip. If your family thinks that they are hooked on certain name brand foods and they just can't do without them, repackage them in plastic or glass containers. They keep cabinets and the pantry tidy, and your kiddos or husband will likely never know the difference. Number 5, buy staples in bulk. You may think that buying in bulk is just for large families, but our family of 4 has been saving a lot of money over the years this way. You can get your staples such as pasta, rice, sugar, and flour in large quantities from warehouse stores at a lower cost overall than you would pay for smaller packages at your local grocery store. It's a good idea to have airtight food containers on hand to repackage those items when necessary. You can also find bargains on larger quality items like peanut butter, cheese, and frozen vegetables at big box stores. Number 6, cut back on subscriptions. Subscriptions can be hard to let go of, especially if it's a service-based subscription that is making your day-to-day life easier. From fun makeup to men's shaving kits and even meal planning kits, the money that you are spending each month on these type of subscriptions can really add up. They can also be a pain to unsubscribe from, which is why many people find themselves trapped in subscription land for years. In most cases with these, you are essentially paying for a convenience instead of something that you actually need. So take inventory of the subscriptions that you are signed up for and decide to cancel some. Don't forget streaming services as well. At $10 or more per service, you are quickly spending money that you could be saving. Consider choosing just one service that your family can agree on and really loves, or find other free entertainment instead. Number 7, consider changing phone carriers. We recently switched from a bigger, more well-known carrier to a smaller company, and we've seen a significant cost savings. It was pretty easy to switch over all of our phones, and we still have the same great coverage as before. It may seem like a hassle, but do some research and see what other small-name phone companies are offering. They often give the same type of service at a reduced rate with no long-term contracts. Number 8, shop secondhand. Thrift store shopping or any kind of secondhand shopping can be fun. Not only will your dollar go farther in a secondhand store, but you will also have the opportunity to find some really unique vintage type of clothing or home decor and other household items. As long as you shop smart and only buy what you need. Especially when it comes to children and their clothing, it's not worth buying everything brand new, since they'll just grow out of those in just about 6 months. You can buy some nice clothes as well as toys at children's consignment sales. Just be careful buying everyday clothing at a thrift store, unless it has tags and is steeply discounted. You don't want to waste money on clothes that either don't fit or have stains or holes that you didn't realize when you were at the store, and then you find out when you get home. You can usually find new clothing on clearance for similar prices, and you also have the ability to return it if needed. Wood furniture like dressers or end tables is also something that may not be worth buying new. Brand new furniture is pretty expensive, but you can get high quality pieces at furniture consignment or discount stores, or even restore and repurpose a used piece. Other items to look for at thrift stores include books, flower pots, home decor, storage items such as baskets and food canisters, serving platters for occasional entertaining, and seasonal items such as snow gear and decorations. Number 9, find the lowest prices on new clothing and shoes. Mark your calendar in the middle of January to purchase winter clothing for the following year, when it will be around 70% off at many stores. Do the same thing for the middle of July. Make a note to stock up at this time for the following summer, when prices are reduced a lot. Also, if you've got your heart set on boutique style clothing, be sure to browse Amazon first. For shoes, check Amazon too, but don't look at the regular new price. Instead, scroll down for the new and used price. You can buy lots of kids' shoes this way for dirt cheap. The used shoes are usually just returns that are missing the original box and weren't actually worn except to try on once. And finally, delay spending. I know that this can be hard when you really, really want something, but it is totally worth it. What you can do is, in your planner, write down the items that you're thinking about buying for the week. For those non-essential items, such as that sweater you've been eyeing in the Old Navy email ad, for instance, make a note to revisit that thought at the end of the week. By then, you might find that other expenses have crept up, and you'll be really glad that you delayed purchasing. Or you'll realize that you didn't really need or want that item as much as you did before. Try to remind yourself of that old adage, it's only a good deal if you can afford it. You'll be better off waiting a while rather than spending impulsively and wondering where all your money went. So by following these money-saving tips, you'll be able to cut back while also prioritizing your family's needs. And saving money will reduce stress, freeing you up to enjoy your family so much more. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, you are not just a mom.